Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jays Nest. So, Rodolfo Castro just signed with the Jays, middle infielder in the Philadelphia Phillies organization. Made such a little impact last year because he played exclusively AAA. There's not even a picture of him in the Phillies uniforms. This is an old one of him in Pittsburgh. Why are we talking about this? Well, couple this with last week's signing of Mendoza from Detroit, who's also going to be in the minors. This guy, though, Castro actually gets a spring training invite where Mendoza did not. So let's look at the signing here. And we got a nice Barbie ad on the side. Perfect. So anyways, he's signed here to a minor league contract. This is interesting to me because if we look at the Jays' top prospects here, there's nobody coming up anytime soon, right? There's no shortstop coming up anytime soon because usually you would make these signings if you were going to be calling up prospect to the major league team and you need to replace him. Now, let's look at the Jays prospects when they're expected to come up. There is Josh Kasevich. He could come up this year, but he is basically light hitting, good defense. He's not coming up because the Jays have two Jimenezes, both shortstops, on the major league roster. So they don't need this guy. They're going to let the second Jimenez let his option clock run out, his minor league tender deals, the $800K, let his 3 years go, and then they'll call up Kasevich. There's no reason to have two backup shortstops on the 40-man roster. So Kasevich is going to have to wait another year unless something happens on the major league roster. So that means he's not coming up. So then what could be happening? Let's go back to our prospects ranked in order. I believe these two middle infielders to minor league deals have been signed because our number 2 and 3 prospect, JoJo Parker and Namala, could be traded. Also, let's not forget that the Jays last winter when they lost out on Sasaki signed 2 Dominican shortstops, and they're 2 of our top prospects also. So one of them's down here further. He's Juan Sanchez. And then if we click on him in the bio, it'll bring up the other guy's name as well, who they signed together at the same time, Christopher Polanco. So they were both pretty big international signings. They're both far away from the majors, just like Parker and Namala. But when you have 4 shortstops in the minor league system, you may want to trade some to get something, especially if you're striking out in free agency. And one thing we know being Toronto fans, not just the Jays, but the Raptors, right? We tend to trade for people who are locked into deals to force them. You got to stay here. And then they love it, and then they like staying, of course. But sometimes you got to look at the trade avenue to get players. And I think that's what these signings are about. So that's actually pretty exciting that the Jays are looking at all different avenues to improve the team. And let's just see what happens with this. It doesn't mean there's a trade coming now, right? They could be just stockpiling, looking at the future, looking at, hey, well, we got to have some assets in place because at the trade deadline, when these guys become more valuable, because if you look at Parker and Namala's arrival time in the majors, we're talking about 2 or 3 or 4 years in the future. Those guys don't hold as much value because so much can happen to a player over those time, injuries, obviously, or just a downturn in their performance, that teams don't give up as much. But if you hold on to them till the trade deadline, you might end up getting a lot more for these players. So this is a good move by the Jays to sign some infielders and give us a little bit more flexibility because you don't want to decimate your minor league teams. You still want them to have pros on the team at important positions to, glue guys, career minor leaguers, because you want your minor leaguers to win. You want them to experience that. You want them to play in the playoffs, pressure situations, and have them develop as players. So anyways, good signings, cost nothing, but give us flexibility. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm onto something as to why they're signing all these minor league middle infielders? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that, and subscribe, leave a comment.